All right. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, actually. Sorry, it's 1:14. A little bit of a late start again today. We are kind of getting into it. Welcome, and who's that lurking around? I see. Oh, hi, Five. Hey, we have our new system in place where we have a little character running around. Welcome in, welcome in. In probably about 5 minutes here, we are going to get regular news, reviews, and reacts, and all that good, fun stuff. Quite a bit of stream delay today for some reason. That's all right. I'm good. I'm just setting up all of our little news reads for the day. Taking a look, seeing what's interesting on the internet. Then we'll be digging through also too, I think. Taking a quick peek on the Discord also and see if there's any gamers with some new videos or whatnot to go through. So give me, let's say, about 5 more minutes here, everybody, and we will get started. We're gonna hang out and chat for a moment though while we're here. Do a quick little type in chat. You'll see we have why is everything so choppy? What is going on here? I don't know what's going on. You say hi in chat, you can give yourself a little dude that'll wander across the stream. Tired. Welcome in, Sleepy. I feel that. I was up way too late last night working on this, so you guys can't read it all, but we have my Overwatch manifesto set up and running. Sleepy is sleepy. Not sleepy in Discord. We are going to change up our intro just a little tiny bit today too. We are going to, I know normally we're going with kind of world news. We're really peeking into world news, taking a look around, seeing what's going on with the rest of this crazy planet. But I'm thinking we're going to start to focus more on gaming and entertainment, because that's what we are. That's what we are as a community. Why do I need to do anything totally new and crazy? I don't think so. I don't think that's anything that's required of me. And I know you guys want to find interesting things too in the world, but we'll focus mostly on the game stuff that we've been doing. At least not necessarily games, but entertainment and technologies. We are now going to be an entertainment and technology news show. Well, at least that's the focus. In 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we will get started. For those who are new into the stream too, with the stream avatars, there are a whole bunch of commands that you can use to move your guy around. You can exclamation mark jump, you can exclamation mark punch. You can, oh, here we can do a quick one. Like exclamation mark. I can start one, battle royale. Oh god, guys. This might not be a good... I might need to make a quick phone call. This is really... Okay, we'll see how the internet goes today. If it keeps cutting out, I'm gonna be sending my ISP or calling up my ISP and giving them a very angry message, because I am having huge intermittent outs today. Holy moly. All right, welcome in. Why did that not change? As usual, things are a little funky. I'm gonna have to give my ISP a very angry say. Why does my internet keep cutting out over and over and over again? But we'll give that a go. You guys can take a look and see. Will be these big cutouts. Oh, hopefully. Hopefully. Well, it doesn't help that that cutout just totally killed everybody's streams, I guess, too. That's really nice. Okay, it's kind of stable right now. We'll go with it. We'll work with it. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully, I see my viewership went from 6 down to 1 person. That is great. Thank you so much, Shaw, for the internet. That is just wonderful. Okay. Well, either way, guys, we have a brand new day. A brand new internet world. That's... live offline. Now, why is it saying I'm offline? Why did I just get the notification that I'm offline? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. My timer just... and 0 viewers now. What's going on here? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to wait out whatever this internet thing is. And I'm gonna have to send them a very angry message. Wow. I have never had this kind of internet issues this early in the day. Okay, we'll give this a go. Fix up my hair. Late start. Slow start. Very interesting. That's alright. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, man. Having the internet, it's great when you got it, and it's, like, worse than anything else when you don't. So, it looks like those intermittent drops stopped. Might be okay here, and we'll get to go. Another day on the internet. It looks like there is small media updates. Of course, we are heading into the year pretty soon here. The day is Wednesday, December 27th, and I believe it's going to be 4 days to the new year. There we go. Now I'm getting all my notifications about me being live. I don't know what's going on. Welcome in. So, we're going to do a quick read, too, of GPT's news summary for the past while. All right. To take a look and see what is new in the world. Okay. So, GPT summarizes the news. December 27th, 2020. GPT did a quick search for more information, and here's what they discovered. New mobile tech developments. Several new smartphones are on the horizon, with the OnePlus 12 and 12R prices, color options being tipped ahead of their January 23rd launch. The Xiaomi 14's India and global launch timelines have also been leaked, suggesting that possible unveiling at MWC 2024. Huawei Nova series featuring a 60 megapixel selfie camera up to 100-watt fast charging has been launched. That is absolutely crazy. 100-watt fast charging? That's like a microwave. A microwave is going to be a few hundred watts, but for charging to be that's unbelievable, actually. Advances in wearable and mobile technologies. Recent developments, including a breakthrough in addressing the increasing demand placed on mobile networks by the Internet of Things, and the new advancements in wearable technology utilizing gold for innovative application. That's interesting. AI and robotics. The field of AI ethics continues to evolve, with discussions around the necessity of regulation in the multi-trillion-dollar API economy. How's it going, Culprit? I'm having some frustrating internet issues right now, which unfortunately we had 6 people in here hanging out, and my internet just died, and it's doing its thing. So Shaw, I don't know, they literally keep lying to me. I'm very frustrated how they flat out lie to my face, how they fix it all the time. They say they fix it all the time. Like, oh, that's it, no problem. How you doing, man? I don't even know if you can hear me or not. I'm seeing connectivity on my end, but everything just keeps chopping in and out. It's frustrating. Happens to no, I know. It's been happening like more and more and more since I called them for support. I called them up going, hey, like, see, I originally, they came by, they fixed it. It worked perfectly for a month. And then it started going up again. So I called them again. They fixed it, and now it's been getting worse. Way worse, like significantly worse. I should be able to sue them for this, like for not upholding their end of the contract. Like there should be some kind of financial compensation, because I've hopefully in the new place too, and the internet will be a little bit better. But I have no idea whether I'm connected to the internet properly or not, or the stream smooth or anything. Irritating. AI and robotics, the field of AI ethics. Yeah, we just continue. Climate tech insights, lessons from previous climate tech booms have shed light on the complexities of transitioning from software to more physical, molecule-based businesses. The role of politics in clean tech investments and the impact of government policies on tech innovations have been significant topics of discussion. Culprit says, you think it only matters in business internet if it's home? That is business internet, Culprit. I am paying specifically for business internet. I'm paying for business internet for a room of like 40 to 50 people. Google's automotive services in Germany. Google is making efforts to resolve competition concerns in Germany over its automotive services, particularly in relation to the building of services like Google Maps and its Android-based car informatics. Okay, well then I should be able to hit them then. Yeah, we're gonna be moving to a new place soon, so hopefully the internet is a little bit better there. But just say I had 6 people and the internet died. I sat here for like a minute or two, no internet at all, and then it came back in and 0 viewers. High5 is still hanging out. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, because again, it's so frustrating. Set to receive a $3.2 billion government grant to establish a $25 billion chip plant in Israel, making a significant investment in semiconductor manufacturing. Expansion in Bitcoin mining and AI cloud services. Archon Energy raised $110 million to expand its Bitcoin mining facility in the United States and to launch AI cloud services in Norway. Developments in AI and quantum mechanics. Advances in quantum mechanics continue to be a key focus area, with new research unlocking secrets of spin using high harmonic probes. Additionally, there are developments in the realm of artificial intelligence, such as new high-speed electrical readout methods for graphene devices. Culprit 2, hopefully my audio is good. I think the music might be a little loud in the background. Give me a heads up if it is. Chinese AI startup eyeing US market. Amid rising geopolitical tensions, a Chinese AI startup, DP Technologies, is setting sights in the US market. This moves to illustrate the global ambitions of the Chinese tech companies and the shifting dynamics of the international tech landscape. Fulfillment and robots. The sector of robots is particularly in warehouse fulfillment continues to attract attention and investment. Gray Orange raised 135 million. We've seen some of this old stuff. Again, not a big news day overall, but there are a few interesting topics we can take a look at. We'll pull up Google News here, and we go to technology. Or actually, maybe I already have up here. I want to read this article. I know PlayStation Plus. Not all of us are PlayStation Plus viewers or players. But I really like to follow along with PlayStation's game line. They always seem to be high quality and generally really interesting. And a note to Culprit. I know you have it. Actually, yeah. You just already switched your guy. Sweet. Great. Yeah, you can change up his look and whatnot. That dude in the suit is actually my custom guy. I built him. I want to add some more animations and whatnot to it, but those little guys are hilarious. Stream, it's called Stream Avatars. It like bucks. Hilarious little thing. I think it's funny. It's a good little thing to have. I don't know. A lot of people have them. So, I don't know. Cute. Very cute. Alright. PlayStation Plus. January lineup kicks off the new year in style. A Plague Tale Requiem, Evil West, and Nobody Saves the World are all free in January. PlayStation Plus subscribers have several games to look forward to in January, with free essential games including A Plague Tale Requiem, Evil West, and Nobody Saves the World. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced the lineup on Wednesday. Players can download the trio of PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games, beginning at Tuesday, January 2nd. A Plague Tale for the PlayStation 5, a Polygon recommends title, is firmly focused on stealth gameplay, the sequel to A Plague Tale, Innocence. It follows Amica and her young brother to a tropical island in search for a cure to his mysterious illness. But the population of that island eventually turns against them, resulting in a medieval tale that veers into folk horror. Evil West, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, on the other hand, is a blood and guts shooter where players take on the role of a cowboy named Jesse Frontier on a quest to dismember as many demons as possible. In Polygon's review, we noted that it suffered due to its charmless characters and a bland plot, but with solid gameplay, solid gunplay, and monsters that go boom, the perfect way to spend this weird liminal week if all you want to do is sit on the couch. Finally, Nobody Saves the World for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 is a bright, cartoony, Zelda-inspired dungeon crawler from Drinkbox Studios. This team behind Guacamelee and Severed brings its A game, with substantial storyline and well-balanced gameplay. It also excels at boss fights with compelling challenges that punctuate its catalog of diverse, procedurally generated dungeons. January's PS Plus Essential Games will be available to download February 5th, 2024. PlayStation Plus subscribers can still pick up December's PlayStation Plus Essential Games, LEGO 2K Drive, Power Wash Simulator, and Sable until January 1st. PlayStation Plus Essentials is the lowest tier available in Sony Interactive's entertainment subscription service. It offers online multiplayer access, a monthly assortment of free PS4 and PS5 games, cloud storage, and discounts on PlayStation Store purchases. PlayStation Plus Essentials costs $79.99 annually and $24.99 for 3 months subscription, or $9.99 monthly. Price that went up last August. Culprit, all right, man. Grab some food, lurk, have a good time, man. What else do we have? Handyman hints. How is this technology? Painting day is positive when change happens. How is this technology? Pico X6. Escape from Tarkov Arena. It looks like there is another trailer for Escape from Tarkov Arena, the official beta accolades trailer. We'll give it a watch. Perfect blend of hardcore mechanics and dynamic competitive gameplay. Arena makes it easy. Arena does exactly what you would expect, and that is great fun. But my hands are shaking after the first match. Might just be another military shooter. like arena shooters have kind of stagnated over the past maybe 10 years or so. I don't see anything interesting here. What I do see is like new maps. And I feel like that's what most shooter games are, is just new maps. But I don't know if this is anything. People will like it. I'm sure it'll be a popular game. Escape from Tarkov Arena. So I imagine it's just the Escape from Tarkov game, but with combat, or with focusing on arena combat. Escape from Tarkov is a standalone arena-based game developed by Battlestate. Players will play a wide variety of PvP and PvE game modes across the arenas in the city of Tarkov. The game features ratings, weapons, gear unlocks, and unique features for owners of the main Escape from Tarkov game. Take a look at the Accolades trailer to garner the critical reception behind Escape from Tarkov Arena's beta, available pre-order on PC. And yeah, not much in terms of comments. Come out 27th, literally came out. Tell me how long ago? It doesn't tell me exactly how long. It came out today, but seems like not many comments or views, but it could have just been released 1 hour ago. There we go. Game Informer's Best of 2023. Zoom open sources new vulnerability impact scoring system. How is this technology? How is any of, like, how to make sure your Salisbury steak doesn't crumble apart? Why is this in the technology section? Heavy duty battery, advertisement, and garbage. Okay. "2024 is starting out with an avalanche of video games. 2023 was a messy and horrible year that, despite itself, gave us some excellent games. You could even argue that this year gave us too many games. If you were looking for a break to catch up on what you missed, well, next year doesn't seem to be offering much of a reprieve, at least not at the outset. Big titles like Final Fantasy, Helldivers 2, Suicide Squad, Tekken 8, and Skull and Bones, and more are all dropping early this year, or early in the Historically, the first 2 or 3 months of the year are not the busiest time for video game releases. Sure, you always get a few big and small games early on, like Elden Ring dropping in February 2022, but often it's a quiet time, letting us all catch our breaths before the next big wave of titles. Recently, this has started to change. 2023's first months, we got the Dead Space remake, Hogwarts Legacy, and Hi-Fi Rush. This trend looks to continue in 2024, with just the first 8 weeks of the new year. Over a dozen notable games are launching, many of which I'm excited to play. Here are some of the games arriving in January and February. We've got Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Last of Us, Apollo Justice: Ace Attorney, Tekken 8, Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, and Blue Blaze Entropy Effect. I only really know about The Last of Us. That's just a remastered series. February is Grand Blue Fantasy, like no idea, Persona 3, Suicide Squad, Helldivers 2, Banishers, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Skull and Bones, Nightingale, Pacific Drive Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake, Star Wars Dark Forces remaster, and Final Fantasy something. I don't know if that seems like a very large, like a very quality group of games. There's a few big names in there, but nothing that really stands out yet as a as something that I get really excited about. The average person get really excited about, but there's still some fun games. In 2024, compete with 2023's historic output. Of all of the games dropping over the next 2 months, I'm probably most excited for Prince of Persia, the next entry in Final Fantasy remake saga, Helldivers 2, and the creepy post-apocalyptic road trip game Pacific Drive. I'm also curious to finally play Skull and Bones after all the delays. Will I enjoy that game? Will I even remember I played it by October 24th? I'll find out soon. And if you were hoping that maybe this avalanche of games is going to stop after February, well, bad news. Look ahead into March. You've got Dragon Dogmas 2, Homeworld 3, Princess Peach Showtime, Alone in the Dark reboot, and a Rise of Ronin. Will 2024 be able to stand toe-to-toe with 2023 as a historic year of great games? I'm not sure, but every month is as packed as the opening week. But if every month is packed as these opening weeks, it just might. Sorry to all of your wallets out there. What else do we have here from IG? All news. Geralt of Riviera voice actor. Oh. Fallout London has a new overview. Fallout London. Oh, it's a mod. Okay. Take a look at this. Fallout London. Let's try one more time. Again. Fallout London, the DLC-sized mod for Fallout 4, gets a new release date near the Prime Video show. Fallout London, the DLC-sized mod for Fallout 4 from Team Folon, has received a new deep dive trailer and a release date of April 23rd, 2024, a bit less than 2 weeks after the premiere of Prime Video's Fallout show. Fallout London was delayed back in June from the third quarter of 2023 to the fourth quarter to get out of the way of Starfield. However, it appears the team needed a bit of time to get this mod just right. To help with the wait, it shared a 13-minute overview of Fallout London that breaks down exactly why the world should be excited for. Let's take a look at this video. I'm very interested.
Greetings and welcome to the latest update for Fallout London. This will be our most significant update to date, revealing more than ever before about what we have been working hard on for the past few years, laying out the path to release, and announcing our official release date. Over the past 3 years, a core team of at least 50 people spread over each core department have spent tens of thousands of hours on the hard graft and development of the game-sized mod Fallout London, with over 200 individuals contributing in some way to its completion. After all this hard work, the game is now at a functional content complete stage. However, due to some unforeseen delays, we have not completed the polish and testing we want to do before release. And so, we will be pushing back the release to a few months later than originally planned. We'll explain more about this in the road to release.
It certainly looks nice. Like, it's a very simple art style. It looks like a Fallout game, so it's nothing amazing. Like, we don't see anything that's like next generation graphics. Oh, but it certainly looks like a cool Fallout game, and I think like Fallout fans love Fallout, so more Fallout content is always a good thing.
Later in the video, with these unforeseen changes, we wish to give you a taste of everything that is upcoming to show you all the hard work we've been doing. Building London. In the radioactive playground of London, our world spaces and level design aren't just blueprints. They're the walls in which players graffiti their own tales. We're not building mere levels. We're in fact crafting London from the ground up. Recognizable, changed, warped. A world where every step shapes your legend, and where the landscape is as deadly as the tales you choose to tell. The game setting includes 15 boroughs of London to openly explore. We begin with areas such as the leafy suburbs of Bromley with its 261 cells, the trendy canal paths of Camden with 305 cells, steel and glass towers.
It does look like they used a lot of Fallout assets, which is totally fine. It does give the same kind of vibe or look, and I like not gonna critique like how much work they put into this. Clearly, you can just see that they used a lot of regular Fallout assets, so it has a real Fallout feel. A lot of the times I've noticed with like mods for Skyrim or for Oblivion or for those open world style of games, whenever they move to a new area, whenever a mod creates a whole new set of assets, it looks totally different. So I think it's a good thing, but also too, I don't know, no critiques. I'll avoid critiquing it at the moment, because I think this is just an excellent project overall. It's always harder to improve than it is. It's always harder to create than it is to improve. So we'll give them credit where credit is due.
Hub of the City of London, boasting 139 cells. 283 cells make up the ruined hellscape of Croydon. Not much change there, huh? Eastminster, a new compact district with exactly 100 cells that blends history and modernity. The home to the echoes of naval stories is Greenwich, with its maritime charm with 460 cells. Hackney, with its vibrant racing heart of 151 cells. Islington's cultural enclave, which offers 102 cells of eclectic charm. The cramped ruins of Lambeth, with 175. Lewisham, the urban mosaic, a 182 cell.
This... Oh, I was gonna say it looks like sarsaparilla, but what am I talking?
Canvas of diversity. Newham, a dynamic district
totally
with 109 cells, where radiation change is the only constant. Historic streets of Southwark, with 437 cells, where every corner whispers tales of yore. Tower Hamlet's 368 cells, of where power and history collide. The open parkland of Wandsworth, and its 388 cells. And Westminster, the political epicenter, boasting 304 cells. Creating these areas has required concepting, design, testing, and onerous nav meshing to ensure they produce a cohesive world that is also engaging for exploration and combat, but with a combined total of 3,764 cells. Lock, stock, and barrel. Amongst these eclectic London boroughs are an additional mix of areas, with a final total of 11 fascinatingly diverse world spaces, 337 detailed interior cells, 48 of which are the scale of the base game's Corvega factory, and a total of 7 unique settlements.
I don't really know what a cell is. I've even seen other developers for Skyrim mods talk about cells. I wish they'd show us like what the size of a cell is, but it does give you some kind of perspective as to how much they put into the project.
For you to build to your heart's content. The total area covered by our world is equivalent to the base game Commonwealth and Far Harbor DLC combined. This lofty world space size makes Fallout London one of the largest mods for Fallout 4 to date. 3D. Populating this huge area has required the creation and adaptation of an enormous number of 3D assets, from the desolate urban sprawl to the tattered armor shaping your character's attire.
That armor.
Or the
that is so cool. That is very much like I don't know, that gives me
adaptation of an enormous number of 3D assets, from the desolate urban sprawl to the tattered armor shaping your character's attire, or the eerie glow of mutated foliage, and the ominous cyber pigeons desecrating forgotten statues. Each element breathes life into the panorama of Old Blighty. Whilst much base content has been reskinned or tweaked to fit a British setting, a great number of items have been made from scratch and new animations developed to support them. They include custom weapons, clothes, races, foliage, London-specific architectural kits, and, of course, finely brewed pots of tea. It also includes many hundreds of miscellaneous assets, from iconic London buses to the humble 3-pin plug to the extra mysterious cute Thulu doll. Every asset meticulously crafted for our setting immerses players in a world rich with roleplay options. Our assets let the player explore a new reality where each detail beckons, inviting you to forge your own path and truly feel the
brand new
pulse of the
assets?
unknown. 2D. Our 2D artists have produced a plethora of artwork to populate the world with London-centric content. New signage, posters, graffiti, comic covers, logos, and textures help build a believable future London for you to get immersed in. In addition, we have overhauled the user interface with our Attaboy alternative to the Pip-Boy, which
Attaboy? Oh, that's
includes
great.
custom animations for stats, perks, and quests based on the UK's Protect and Survive family. Music. Fallout London sports a completely new and unique OST, covering all music found in the base game while adding more. It includes a completely new and overhauled soundscape, ambient and gameplay soundtrack, and features 3 new radio stations you can tune into, whether you are feeling classy on the BBM,
We interrupt this monologue to bring you a stunning development.
or are after some American classics with Crystal Palace Radio,
Hello to all you wonderful listeners.
or just after some good old-fashioned anarchy in the UK, On the Mend with Dan Bull.
That was freshly squeezed with animal soul.
New audio is all part of making our adaptation feel true to London, whilst also integrating seamlessly into the style of the Fallout universe. Our full OST is also available early for you to listen
That's
to
exciting.
on our YouTube channel. Gameplay.
I'm not gonna give it a listen. but I
Much
think
of
that's a real
Fallout
cool,
4's
like,
acclaim
lore
stems from
investment
its
in it.
distinctive mechanics, such as settlements, and we've elevated that legacy with our additions, including a revamped crafting system for ammo and tea, an overhauled perk and dialogue system,
On fire.
skill and perk checks in dialogue,
My word against yours, eh?
innovative fast travel options, including trains, taxis, and boats,
It's too
Vehicles.
risky to transport the three
That's
of
always
us
positive.
across such choppy waters.
dynamic weathers, new smoking mechanism, playable guitars, unique uniques, new player animations such as ladder climbing and swimming, with a noteworthy addition, cow milking. Quests. The story and quest lines of the game have entailed some of the greatest amount of work in the mod, involving writers, scripters, voice actors, and audio engineers to produce a breathtaking array of content. Fallout London boasts a collection of 53 new main quests in and around the city. These engaging narratives offer various choices and challenges in the Wayfarer's journey to shape the future of Old Blighty. From self-contained adventures to larger quest lines, players have plenty to uncover outside of their main journey, with a total of 35
The traders with the anarchy symbol as the A. That's
side
pretty
quests, 25 new faction quests, intricately tied to the various groups you'll encounter across the city.
Oh.
These quests offer unique challenges and storylines,
probably in
allowing
some
players to
large
deeply engage with the factions and shape the course of their journey. Uncover artifacts, tie up loose ends, and solve mysteries in the bustling world of Fallout London, with 64 miscellaneous quests to enhance your experience. On their travels, players may find themselves entangled in the bitter conflict unfolding on the streets of East London. With 16 branching quests, the journey is rich with challenges and intrigue, all seamlessly intertwined with the main questline. There are 7 companions you are able to recruit in the game, including one very British best boy, who we are sure will charm players just as much as dog meat.
The British Bulldog, that's great.
5 of the companions are more human.
That's very cute.
Ish, and are fully voiced with detailed relationship levels.
Shall we venture out again, matey?
Branching relationship-based dialogue with the player, commentary on the world and events, and their own companion quests. In total, there are just over 90,000 recorded dialogue lines in the game, which is about 1.5 times the size of Fallout New Vegas or Skyrim, and just shy of that found in Fallout 4. However, their protagonist was voiced, and ours is, as the community preferred, silent.
Okay.
Release. Our commitment to delivering as polished an experience as possible will lead us to miss our intended release window. The main reason, to be transparent, is the impact of global issues on a considerable part of our scripting team, including the head of departments who comes from one of the areas most affected. This has understandably shifted their focus away from the mod, and while we've managed to catch up through reorganization and reskilling of team members, it has come at the cost of testing. So unfortunately, we won't hit the 2023 target we aimed for. But the sheer amount of progress we've made this year is immense. That cannot be understated. But our ethos has always been to release when the game is truly ready. Our community stresses avoiding a buggy release like some of our predecessors, and we are committed to a game we can all be proud of for everyone's enjoyment. Now, we've set a specific release date. The release date for Fallout London will be St. George's Day, the 23rd of April, 2024.
So it's coming out pretty soon. Like, at least this is one of the only large Fallout projects that I've seen that actually has a real release date. I don't even know if any of the other larger projects have any form of release so far. I think they're all still a work in progress.
As you know, we've consistently operated in quarters, so we're just one quarter over our plans. Close, but no cigar. And for that, we apologize. However, rest assured, anticipate our arrival at the end of the first quarter, perfectly aligning with the debut of the new Fallout TV series to truly get you in the mood. In the coming months, we'll focus on refining, rigorous testing, and balancing to meet the high standards you expect. All of the team are done with their main tasks now and fully support this effort, and we've set a reasonable deadline to ensure careful completion aligning with your expectations. In the meantime, watch out for further updates from the team as we build towards release. If you want to stay up to date with all activity, please join our Discord server. And feel free to support the work of Team Folon on our Patreon.
Very.
As always, stay safe, and remember, mind the gap.
I might try it out, install it, steal a whole bunch of things, accidentally piss everybody off, and get sidetracked from the main quest line and kill everybody somehow. Usually what happens when I play these types of games, but it certainly looks like an interesting, another open world to play. I imagine they have a little bit more freedom too than the average Fallout developers. Hey. Oh, well, could take a look. Fallout trailer, oh god. Oh no, we have a Fallout live action trailer. Let's take a look at this.
I grabbed a moldy one.
Fire up your Pit Boys, everyone. The first trailer for Amazon's long-awaited Fallout series is finally here, and it's a doozy. Until now, our best news on the Fallout front has come from Bethesda executive Todd Howard, sharing the occasional snippet about the show's setting, Los Angeles, and how it fits into the game. For those unfamiliar with the games but vibing with the trailer, you're in for a treat. Fallout is set in an alternative future of America, one where nuclear war has turned America into an irradiated wasteland. But some humans have survived by living in expensive underground vaults. Others adapted or changed with the radiation to live on the surface. Over time, civilizations began to rebuild, with humanity repurposing the wreckage of our old societies to create new townships. But for as much as the games are about big concepts of democracy and war, they're also about the gonzo pockets of humanity that sprout up in the wreckage. You're as likely to stumble across a town of children as you are a town of cannibals, and that's part of Fallout's charm. There's a lot to like in the first trailer, from the production design of the series to the way it folds in recognizable technologies and creatures from the games. But, as with any good teaser, the trailer also raises more questions than it answers.
Yeah, looks
so let's dig in.
Interesting.
When the bombs dropped on America in the Fallout series, those with wealth and power retreated underground, seeking refuge from the radiation and destruction in Fallout shelters, designed by defense contractors Vault-Tec. At a glance, the vault the showrunners have created bears a delightful and uncanny resemblance to what players see in the game.
That looks very different. Okay. That looks very different. And Vault-Tec had a very
The delightful know that Vault-Tec had
specific
other plans
construction style.
for these captive populations, often running a series of medical or social experiments with survivors, which led to further scientific advancements and profits at all costs. While there are vaults in the Fallout universe that offer protection for vault dwellers and nothing more, the first trailer suggests that, well, Vault 33, it ain't one of them. What we see of Vault 33 is incredibly violent, an all-out brawl in the hydroponics bay, blood splattered against a jukebox, and, in what's probably the most memorable shot from the trailer, a vault dweller with a fork in her eye unloading an SMG in the Vault 33 living area.
I got a feeling they're on Psycho or one of the.
And if there's violence in the vault, well, the odds are that Vault-Tec had something to do with it. And so we're treated to the instigating event of every Fallout story. A young vault dweller heads topside in search of answers. What grand social experiment was Vault-Tec performing that caused survivors to turn on each other? What is the relationship between Vault 33 and the outside world? Who, if Michael Emerson's voiceover is any indication, already have some familiarity with vault dwellers? And what the hell is the deal with Chris Parnell's one-eye administrator? All questions that will no doubt be answered in time. Fallout fans should be thrilled to see the game's iconic power armor in action, especially with the promise of a fight between a soldier and a Yao Guai, basically a black bear
Yao Guai looks really cool. That
radiation
is,
monster.
Yeah,
But
oh, that is very cool. You can see it's like rotting away. Like that's what worried me too with the with some of the ghouls. I've seen pictures of this trailer before. And the ghouls said very in, but I imagine they didn't want to make them look as disgusting as this, so you could actually like look at them while you're watching the show, whereas this would be really difficult. If someone had like this kind of skin,
the show's focus on the Brotherhood of
Probably put off by
Steel,
them.
the paramilitary coalition of soldiers and scientists depicted in the series, does raise some interesting questions for the status of the Fallout universe. This is especially true when we take into consideration the recent comments that the show is considered canon with the games, and that its placement is about 200 years into the Fallout timeline. In the games, the Brotherhood of Steel was formed in the immediate aftermath of nuclear war in 2077. But they aren't the only power broker in California. The new California Republic, a constitutional republic formed in 2186, is also one of the major political entities of the Fallout universe, appearing in several games. It's entirely possible the series does not want to delve into military conflict in its first season though. That's not exactly going to get the Fallout vibes across to a new audience, and it's better to let viewers grow accustomed to the pseudo-1950s aesthetic and post-apocalyptic creatures from the games. Since the factions we see seem to be limited to Vault Dwellers, the Brotherhood of Steel, and Wastelanders, it looks like, at the very least, that Fallout is angling for more of a conventional
We're watching the review before we watch the trailer. We'll take a look at the
origin
trailer.
story. But adding a main character who can provide an internal perspective on the Brotherhood of Steel opens up a lot of interesting doors for where the series might go. Fallout games wear their love of films like A Boy and His Dog and Radioactive Dreams proudly on their sleeves, and the comparison between the Mad Max franchise and these games run obvious and deep. So, like in all the weirdest and best apocalypse stories, Fallout has often included dogs in its adventure, and this trailer invites us all to make room in our hearts for a new version of Dogmeat. While multiple canine companions have had the name Dogmeat, they exist in different locations and at different times. The most recent version of Dogmeat in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 are German Shepherds that help you find items in the wasteland and fight off enemies. So it's a welcome surprise to see the creators prioritizing bringing a live-action Dogmeat to the series too. But where does he fit in the grander narrative? Well, the fact that the show has paired Dogmeat with Goggins' character probably tells us all we need to know about that character's moral alignment. In the best version of the world, Dogmeat is treated like Halle Berry's dogs in John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, and given full combatant status. And he certainly makes short work of the Radroach that we see in the trailer. While the trailer focuses on a post-apocalyptic vision of Los Angeles, one where curious vault dwellers are greeted by little more than rubble and sun-bleached landscapes, the influence of mid-century America still peeks through. The Fallout series is set in a world that divulged from ours in several key ways. This is a country that is, well, was steeped in retrofuturism.
I've seen quite a few points and actually noticed too, right? He's kind of burnt up. And the way that ghouls have been described is that they're like, that their skin is like actually rotting off of their face. There's quite a few inconsistencies. We'll take a look at the trailers. I'm not a big Fallout, like I like the Fallout lore. I've seen a whole bunch of lore videos. I played a bunch of the Fallout games, so I got a good idea about what's going on. There's a few weird conflicts. So for example, like right now, this looks like megatons, sort of, but of course it could be a different settlement of some sort. It's got these big concrete walls around the outside, and there's a broken plane. It's just really like things are very close to what we see in the game, but they're not exactly there. So they say it's canon, but we'll have to see how they integrate everything into the Fallout lore. From what we've seen on a lot of the different producers, is they actually don't play the games. They have no idea what goes on inside the games. That's what's a little bit worrying here. We've seen this with Halo too. I know for sure the producer of the Halo series, the director of the Halo series, never played any of the Halo games. So they're doing the same thing with Fallout, and I'm a little bit worried.
Steeped in retrofuturism, embracing the technologies and values of post-war America. And while we don't get to see a ton of America that was in the trailer, there are still some touches throughout that suggest that the show will have real fun with its new setting. The Fallout series has often transformed some of America's best landmarks into notable locations in the game. Odds are good that the showrunners wouldn't waste the opportunity to place Walter Goggins and the company somewhere significant, meaning that Fallout's newest wasteland enclave will repurpose a recognizable Los Angeles landmark. And since Hollywood loves making big movies and shows about Hollywood, we can probably assume the film industry will play a big part in the world the show creates.
I don't want to see tomorrow unless I see it with you.
Oh, and finally, a shout out to the trailer's song selection. I don't want to.
Alright, let's take a look at, I think we go to YouTube and check out the actual Fallout TV show trailer. Hey Culprit, welcome back.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
Stop! Lucy!
Director of award-winning series.
You need to go home. Vault dwellers are an endangered species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up
Oh
here.
no! A tumbleweed!
If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to see tomorrow unless I see it with you.
Tomorrow, so they say, will be a lovely day. A bright new sun will suddenly break through. But I don't want to see tomorrow unless I see it with you.
I grabbed a moldy one.
Tomorrow, so I live.
The one I think is interesting because I don't think we've seen that in Fallout yet. We have seen really like mutated things, so I don't doubt it's something that could happen in the Fallout universe, but yeah, I don't know. How's it going, Alex? April 12th. It goes, it do be how it do some days. Well, that was yeah, Fallout teaser trailer for this. I don't know, we'll see how. Like, it looks a little weird. I'm looking forward to it too. I think it'll be fun, but who knows? It might be. It's one of those things. It's either really good and really funny, or it's gonna bomb terribly. All right, what else do we have on IGN? What's going on with the? I think my table is like warping, starting to go like this, and so like all my pens and stuff just keeps rolling off whenever I put on a section. Anyways, Star Trek Prodigy creators tease more for season 2, more of a kids cartoon thing. Spider-Man 2 Alan Wake creators compare notes, making 2 of 2023. Yeah, I know. It's I think when like I have a window open when it's cold. Warps, frustrating. I do. Dream 7 director Somniac hacked. Day 6 potential messed up ST and SW. Yeah, I know. It's easy. It's really easy doing live news reads and like it's so easy to read the wrong thing. I do it all the time, especially to some articles are really hard to. They're really hard. They're a lot harder than others to read. I don't know why, but I know when I'm writing things myself too that I have to really think about how I'm writing it. Let's take a look at PC news. Some of that lo-fi music. Very much. Oh, Alex, I'm not sure if you're interested. There is. I just saw this article. I was waiting to show you. Valheim Adventure World. This. Well, we're news read. Let's just whatever. You guys are here. Hopefully Alex is still there. I wanted to wait until she was in. I totally lost myself to watch this one. Like a thumbs up or something. You're still here. Awesome. I saw this pop up in my news feed for a new Valheim Adventure World where they've customized absolutely everything. So take a look and see. 17 minutes. Is there a trailer or something? I want to see. Oh, that's the Asmongold setting up for adventure. Let's just take a look and see what the video is.
It's something that's never been done before.
And just a look, see, building a full adventure map in Valheim. I believe from the very start they've customized every single mountain and every single lake. So.
For the last year, I've dreamt of building the ultimate Valheim world. A world that has enough things in it to feel like an open world RPG game. So eventually, there's going to be an entire town right here at World Spawn. Okay, so this is off the edge of the world. This is where I want to eventually have, well, everything. Now, from the beginning, I knew that a world like this would be borderline impossible to complete alone. So I looked into my long list of associates that could actually help me with this, and yeah. All jokes aside, I had a friend who goes by Dakar, who just so happens to be a bit of a legend among Valheim builders.
Valheim? Oh my. What?
At the end of the video, I'll talk about how you can play this world yourself, modded, unmodded, and in a couple of different ways. But let's get into the story of how we built this and why we waited so long to get started. On November 5th at 11:23 a.m., I got a message asking me if I wanted to be a builder on a Valheim RPG.
Unrelated note, one of the modders I do a lot with, he's been hired, yes, hired, by a large Twitch streamer, they aren't saying who, but in the 7-figure follower range, to build out a custom Valheim world. They are currently finalizing the mod list, but he's let me know he's looking for some builders. The streamer is trying to set up an RPG experience. He wants villages, small towns, castles, etc. Not mega style due to FPS constraints. Is this something you'd be interested in? Could be some
experience, built for a large 1 million follower streamer. Fast forward to the next day, and I was on a phone call with one of the top mod developers involved in the project. On this call, I found out that there was an entire team of modders already working to make a full-on RPG experience with unique loot, 12 different unique player classes, and even quests that could be received from NPCs and then completed, all coming together in one ultimate mod pack. If you've played Valheim at all, you know that this is very impressive. Now pause. Remember what I said earlier about how we've been planning this? I've dreamt already off and on for over a year. Well, at this point, now that I know this thing is for real, I think you know my answer.
Yes.
By the way, the mysterious streamer I mentioned, I found out that this is Gathalion, a variety gaming streamer that does in fact
it would
have
be resource intensive. That puppy, little guy behind us. This little guy behind us, Alex, is our baby. Okay.
1 million followers, but more importantly, that also has a whole community of people playing Valheim and talking every day on his Discord server. So as for the reason why we waited until now, well, it was a lot of work, so we needed some extra motivation, and this situation was perfect. Dakar and I finally getting to build what we wanted, and for a guy that would make sure that the most people possible got to enjoy it. So after a year of planning, it was finally time to start building. Well, no, actually, it started off with more planning, for 2 weeks to be exact.
Bruh.
The mod team and Gathalion had to decide how the world mechanics would work. It went kind of like this. First, we found out that they wanted more hardcore travel, which meant only 5 portals would be allowed in 5 main towns. Then we heard how important the 12 player classes in the Legends mod would be, so we decided to theme 12 more areas to those classes. Then finally, there was a decision made on amped up raid-like boss fights that take entire raiding parties to beat, so boss arenas would also have to be built. And then of course, this is an open world, so we needed to have a bunch of locations in between everything. So yeah, that's 37 builds in total, all connected by roads and bridges. This is definitely when the uneasiness of how much work it was really set in. But not even nervous butterflies could hide the fact that it was now 2 weeks since I received that first message. All I wanted to do was start some real planning. This is where I want to eventually have. And now finally, it was time to place down the first blueprint.
Very cool.
You see, the first thing I did was blueprint all of my builds and then bring them in one by one. The next task was to go through and break apart these builds, creating an almost ominous build graveyard with endless nothingness except broken down builds as far as the eye could see.
Because now we can patch them together and create whatever he wants.
But as more builds were taken apart, new useful areas were created. We suddenly had...
We're just watching a custom world adventure mod that's being built for Valheim. Very cool. We've run a Valheim server in the past.
Had bridges,
we still have one,
lampposts,
actually. We still have
pagodas, entrances,
have the game
and
and,
all
like,
sorts
jump
of
in.
things that could be quickly grabbed or modified or used for inspiration. And finally, a few days after placing down all of the blueprints, I could actually start building. I started by taking my Viking outpost build and breaking it apart. I loved the theme of this build, and I knew I could play off of that to create a themed village. I took the build and chopped off the front, cleaned it up, and created a medium-sized version. And then I made the smallest version, which got some new features on the side. Then I moved on to the Viking Tavern build. Here I had a bit more trouble separating
I
the
love this. This is so nice. I wonder if this is with all default items instead of... It looks like it is. As far as I can see, everything looks like it is a vanilla, actually. That's kind of what I'm going at. It's all vanilla.
Complex shapes that made up the build. After a while, I was successful, and once again, I created 3 versions: large, medium, and small for a themed village. I did the same thing with an old starter house. Then I modified an old portal building. Then some builds that had been used in the background of a video. Oof.
It did say modded and unmodded, yeah. So I imagine it's just modded is going to be like other features, but it looks like all these builds are vanilla builds.
Up until this point, I guess the highlight of the story has been finally getting to work out on the edge of the world with builds, and while that was a great milestone after waiting a year to get to this point, it was actually nothing compared to what started exactly 3 weeks after I received that first message. On the 25th of November, I started working on the 5 main towns. Finally. Which actually cover all of the biomes in the game. I'll be working on the meadows, the plains, and the Black Forest mountain town. Dakar will be working on the swamp, and the 5th is a bit of a surprise, but obviously it's the Mistlands. Now my 3 towns are laid out with some similarities that, in my opinion, make a town feel real. The first similarity would be placing each town's largest build on the highest ground. The second similarity would be choosing a themed set of buildings for each town. So, remember those buildings that I made different versions of? For the meadows, I chose the Viking Tavern. I placed the largest of the 3 variations at the top of the artificially added high ground, and I even did it across the river from the boss stones so that I could add a fancy bridge, which is the same thing I did with the medium-sized build, except down a little lower. Then I placed the smaller size build right next to the stone.
I can see a game like Valheim being the foundation for future games, or for at least being like, I've already seen a few MMOs recently that have started to look and act like a Valheim, which I think is unbelievable. But I love the simplicity part. Like, part of what makes Minecraft so strong is its simplicity and how easy it is to go in, create something that looks really cool with some kind of mod. This is what we want to see from Valheim. This is that kind of world that we want to see people create, because it is... can do so much with it.
For the plains, I brought in the build that was previously used in the background of a video. Once again, I used the largest at the top of the hill, and then I placed the other 2 sizes scattered along the ridge, with also some smaller houses too.
Alex says she thinks that a D&D campaign can be played in a custom map like this. Well, you could... Well, a lot of RPGs are actually made from D&D. Like Dungeons and Dragons was the influence for the vast majority of RPGs now. So you could reverse it, right? Where you create, and I don't know if you guys have seen either. I'll show you this. Imagine Valheim, but with AI characters. So characters that you can walk up to and actually talk to, and they have full discussions with you in plain English. That's close. We're very close to that.
Forest Mountain Town, I brought in the Viking Tavern build, and I placed the largest version at the top, and then the two smaller down lower with more extra houses. The next similarity in each town was something to tie it into the biome or the setting that it was in. I started with the Meadows again, which is the only town built next to the Boss Stones. So I brought in my modified portal building and placed it around the Boss Stones for a secure place to put boss trophies onto the altars. For the second town, I was in the plains, so of course I went and got Yaglith's fingers from the boss altar, making it seem like the town was almost being held up by Yaglith himself. And I even added a fancy walkway at the bottom of the ridge to overlook the surrounding lower plains. For the third town, we had an especially unique setting. A small black...
Oh, Alex says the AI can communicate. And yeah, you should see, there's a GTA mod. I can show you guys after this that allows you to talk to GTA characters. And it is next level.
Forest placed in the center of a mountain biome that completely surrounded it with mountains. You know how games have areas where you can't get into locations except for maybe one path in? I started off by surrounding the mountain range with large rocks, leaving a main opening for a front entrance. Then you pass through the entrance into a cold winter wonderland, passing through castle structures and passing by a firelit pagoda out in the woods. Then heading down to the town, you find traces of winter everywhere, with a large bonfire in the middle, metaphorically fighting back the cold winter that surrounds the town. The final similarity in the towns is what really makes each town feel alive. Each town got roads connecting everything. Each town got unique lampposts. They also got some nature elements that fit the setting. They got some unique water wells for getting water. And some even got boathouses or docks.
Sorry, Ben 5M? Might be lost there. I'm not sure what you mean.
And when it comes to building in games, there are always some final details to wrap it all up. The meadows got a few beehives, the plains got pagodas or kind of lookouts hanging from chains really from the fingers of Yaglith.
That is
and
actually
the Black Forest
awesome.
Mountain Town got nice features.
The GTA mod, I'll have to take a look. I can't remember what the name of it was.
To walk under on the paths, and a bridge going across the center ravine. This meant that the first 3 towns were done, and I've got to be honest, eventually there's going to be an entire town right here at World Spawn. It really made the whole adventure map feel real for the first time.
Very beautiful. Oh my god.
Now Dakar had the swamp town, so you'll have to check out his video coming soon on how he did that. And the Mistlands was our favorite idea that we saved to do together at the end. So I started working on the 12 class-themed locations, where you'll be adventuring into the wilderness. Now for these locations, I really don't want to spoil anything, but for the priest, you'll be able to worship the Norse gods in a giant temple, where you have to avoid falling into the pool of an ancient sea serpent. For the ranger...
Oh, that is so cool. Wait.
anything, but for the priest, you'll be able to worship the Norse gods in a giant temple, where you have to avoid falling into the...
Look at that. It's a tiny pool.
Pool of an ancient sea serpent. For the ranger, you'll be adventuring up into the trees while fighting an enemy horde that's taken over the ranger outpost to eventually get to the treasure room. And there's even an optional high-level loot room. For the druid, you arrive at a modest boathouse on the edge of a mysterious forest, where you venture inside to try to clear out the druid's hidden nature sanctuary. For the Valkyrie, you'll take a journey up high into the clouds, into a castle, to try to find your way through to the end to discover a hidden treasure, once again with an optional high-level loot room. For the Shaman, you'll be placed into the darkest setting so far, being forced into the swamp, where you'll be battling enemies and following a treacherous path to hopefully prevail and reach the final loot.
I don't even know what to say. This stuff is just so cool. Like, it's... So Valheim has it always feels like it has that potential, and sometimes when you're in people's like areas that there's like small spots that have a lot of this detail, but the fact that these guys can come in and like custom create all this stuff, like it's very much like a Minecraft where they can have levels of detail based on how much effort they put into
so you can see that just like the main towns, each class themed location has its own unique theme, like a magical forest, a floating castle, or a scary swamp, while also, just like the towns, sharing some similarities in how they're set up. For example, a lot of them have areas that have to be cleared of enemies. A lot of them have loot rooms at the end. And like I mentioned earlier with the Black Forest Mountain Town, a lot of them have limited ways to enter and exit. Overall, so many ideas went into making every location functional. Something that was only a dream a few weeks before had suddenly become a reality. So 4 weeks after the first message, it was time to send over the world to Dakar, where he could bring in everything that he had been working on. But if you want to get more details on his process, you'll have to go check out his video coming soon. Now, to finish up the whole project, we had 4 things left to do. So first of all, I spent a few days grinding out making some roads and bridges to connect everything in the world. Then the second thing we decided to do was the boss raid arenas, which I think came out pretty cool. Here's a sneak peek. Then the third thing we did was make 13 locations around the map to fill in the gaps. These are kind of like Easter eggs, so I definitely want people to discover them for the first time naturally, but here's another sneak peek.
Extra town areas and outposts, broken ships.
And finally, we've reached the end of the project, which meant it was time to build the 5th main town that we saved for last. It's in the Mistlands, and we decided to use the islands along the coast for a build theme based on pirates. In the build graveyard, we started off by building up some concepts of ships and even some concepts of ship houses. We came up with Jolly Roger flags, shipbuilding workshops, and other miscellaneous things. And now it was time to put it all together into the last town.
That is so cool. Oh man.
Alright, let's talk about how you can play on this map, but first, I wanted to remind you that there are a lot of things I didn't show in this video. First of all, Dakar's builds will be in his video coming soon, and the rest are saved for you to see when you play on the world. But for a final few examples, if you know Skyrim and the Thieves Guild, then you'll have a good idea where to look to find something special. And there may even be a famous movie location that I might have teased somewhere in this video. Comment below if you figure it out, and I'll confirm if you got it right. Now moving forward, the world's first Valheim adventure map is complete. Well, kind of. We still have some work to do, but here's some information on how you will be able to play on the world in a few different ways. The map will be playable in 2 forms. First, the open world RPG modded experience on Gathalian's server, and another form where Dakar and I will be converting it to a linear, curated Valheim playthrough that is free and has no mods so that everyone can play. The RPG experience will be live on Gathalian's server in a...
So we can't do the... We can't do the modded one. Potentially we could mod it, possibly, if you wanted to add more features to it. But it looks like the only way we'll have to take a peek. I'll do a little more research later on, and we'll hunt and see if we can find the full modded experience.
Few months when they finish the mod pack. You can already become a Twitch subscriber of Cathalion and hop on there and try out just the early version of the mod pack, which they are updating and tweaking all the time. But there is no adventure map yet. And then if you're interested in the free and unmodded linear version, Dakar and I will be working for the next few weeks to convert the open world to a linear one. This will be a curated Valheim playthrough where you gather supplies at the class-themed locations and all of the locations in between, and you then use that supplies to make your next set of gear at each main town. So then you can go and fight the next boss. This will be out in January. And if you just can't wait to play the world, you can become an Ultimate Channel member of my YouTube channel, and you can play on the world today and explore the locations before we add all of the enemies and the linear elements. Also, don't forget about the helpful hint in the free treehouse build that I mentioned in the treehouse video, where you can get some help for the beginning of the linear version playthrough, and you can also go ahead and check out one of the builds in the adventure map. So go check it out if you want.
We will keep an eye on this project. This is one of these projects that we will keep an eye on as a community to see if we can find, so when it does a full release, to see if we can run the entire map. Because we could run it right now, but I imagine it wouldn't be complete. And Alex, we'll watch with great interest, exactly. And hopefully we see more of these in the future too, because Valheim's really cool. My only issue with it is the grind. I'm not a grind player at all. Let's close my window. I'm okay with some grind stuff, but I always feel like I could be doing other things with it, and so it's a big hang up I have with large games. But I love the combat. I love everything about it. So we will definitely watch with great interest. There is this mod. I wanted to show you guys this too while we're here. Which is GTA GPT.
I added ChatGPT to every single NPC in GTA
so
Online,
I'm
so
just
I could talk to them
video.
and they could talk to me. And here's how I did it.
This is how. So this is an integration of all the ChatGPT stuff into the AI system inside GTA. I have no idea how this video. I haven't seen this specific video, but it should be. It should have
My name is Charles, and I teach people how to make mods just like this. And what I'm using
AI
for this video
games.
is a modification framework called 5M that allows you to create your own private
5M,
GTA Online servers, and then you can write code to mod them to your heart's content. Before we get started, I want to shout out some of the tools that I used in this video, because I did pull in a couple external resources to make my life easier so I wasn't reinventing the wheel. So I used Dolu Tool from Dolu Tattoo. That just made it easier for me to teleport around the map and get where I needed to be. I used PMA Voice from Avarian Knight, which makes it much easier to deal with 5M's built-in voice chat system. I used WeatherSync from Keybook, which allows me to control the weather and the time of day in the GTA world. I used Soundity and the coordinates of the NPC that we're looking at. We have a little bit of a problem though, in that the NPCs don't really stop to chat with us. They either ignore us and keep walking, or they get.
Let's do a video. You can now, yeah.
If you told me 2 years ago that I'd be talking to NPCs in Grand Theft Auto 5 and they talk back, I would say you lost your damn mind. Alright, Billy Bob, I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
Whoa, dude. That's a monster order. You must be hungry as a shark on a feeding frenzy. Hang tight. I'll whip up those tasty bites for you.
Well, here we are, right in the middle of some AI sci-fi adventure. In-world AI is powering all of the characters' conversations in this Grand Theft Auto 5 mod, and it honestly makes for a unique gaming experience. So thank you, In-world, for kindly sponsoring this video, and Block for creating this mod. Check out the link to the mod in the description. It's completely free, and I also left a link to their website if you like to. Like always, a cup of lukewarm coffee, ham and cheese sandwich, just old enough that you can't see the mold forming, but you can definitely taste it, and a little stiffy for the justice I was about to serve. A justice is best served with a partner. Well, if it isn't the big bad Tony Russo.
Another admirer of my impeccable reputation. I'm just here to serve and protect, my friend.
God damn it, Russo. Your bald head is looking extra shiny today. What did you use this morning? Some Vaseline? Some shoe polish?
A cop never reveals his secrets, my friend. It's all part of the uniform, you know?
What say you? Me, you, your shiny, slippery, greasy head going on a patrol together. Catch some criminals.
You want to get a taste of my shiny slippery? Gotta pay up, rookie.
That was my partner, Tony Russo. There's always been something about him that I didn't quite trust.
Well, partner, maybe it's because I'm the best damn cop in this city.
I really need to start learning to use my inside voice, but nonetheless, it's time to hit the streets, and it wouldn't be long before we had our first call. A 510, which is a car crash, but I always snoozed a bit at the academy when they tried to teach us the codes.
Huh, a 510, eh? It's been a while since we've had an indecent exposure case at a gas station.
That's easy money. Let's go shut it down, partner.
There's something about this city in the early morning, isn't it?
Early morning in this city is when the real action starts, rookie. Time to clean up the streets.
God damn it, Russo, you gotta stop calling me a rookie. I've been on the force for 45 years.
45 years on the force and you're still a greenhorn, partner. Stick with me, I'll show you how it's done.
That is Russo for you, always talking smack. But the man put the money where his mouth is. Literally, if you gave me a pen and asked me to draw corruption, I'd draw that grumpy, greasy thumb. And I'd always take a moment in my day to remind him of that.
Russo.
So, this, we'll watch a little bit more. I'm not going to spend the whole time in it. But this is what games will be like in the future, where you will actually have full conversations with the NPCs that you come across. And, like, you guys can go watch the video yourself too later on if you want. You can now talk to AI NPCs in Grand Theft Auto 5 because this is so funny.
Oh, you pipe it down, Prospect. You look like a thumb.
Yeah.
Sounds like someone's still learning the lingo, kid. Catch up.
Little did I know that up ahead I'd meet that one person that would make my heart skip a beat or two. That one woman that shines brighter than the sun beaming off Russo's head. And these moments only come once in a lifetime. And now, it's my time to shine.
Holy moly, and look at that baddie by the pool.
Looks like we've got ourselves a jackpot, partner. Time to make some easy money.
Watch this, Russo. Sweet Jesus doing the Macarena. What on God's green earth happened here, ma'am?
Honey, you're just jealous of my fabulousness. It's not easy being this flawless, but someone's got to do it. Now, let's focus on the matter at hand, shall we? Daddy will handle everything.
Calm down now, Toots. There's no need for the sass. Is this car yours that's in this pool?
Like, obviously the car is in the pool. Can you not see it? I mean, hello, it's right there, making a fashionably late entrance. So typical of me, really. But don't worry, I'm sure my insurance will take care of it. Ta-ta.
You don't get to ta-ta me, and I'm not asking for your life story. What's your name?
Excuse me, but I don't just give my name to anyone. It's like a VIP privilege, and clearly not everyone can handle it.
So
but if
great.
it makes your
It's
day,
like,
I'm Olivia.
It's
The
not
one and only,
perfect.
darling.
You can
now,
tell
don't
it's
go
not
tooting
totally
your own
perfect yet,
horn, Olivia.
but
I've
it is
never heard
getting
of
better.
you. Do you also have a last name?
Last names are so passé, sweetie. But if you must know, it's Vander Woodson.
Vander Woodson, eh? Where have I heard that name before?
Honey, I'm sure you've heard the name because we're just, like, everywhere. We're the creme de la creme of Los Santos.
You know what? I've got a ticket right here with your name on it. If that makes the news, your daddy won't be happy. Now you can reach deep in that little Prada purse you got there and slide a little something my way and we'll make all of this go away.
Don't worry, darling. I'll make sure Daddy takes care of everything. But let's be real here. I'm not about to slide anything your way. However, I could spare a generous $1,000 if that tickles your fancy. Daddy will have you all fired otherwise. Toodles.
You know what that smells like, ma'am? That smells like a parking ticket and attempted bribery. Now you got 2 weeks to pay this goddamn fine. If you don't, I'll be seeing you in court.
Seriously? As if I couldn't buy this whole street. I'll have my lawyer deal with this petty nonsense. Your loss, honey. Good luck finding someone as glamorous as Moy to brighten up your day. Ta-ta!
God damn it, Russo, that woman was an absolute thunder.
Like, duh. Of course, I'm a fundicant. I mean, who wouldn't want to bask in...
I think that went pretty damn good. My daddy taught me well. You gotta leave the women craving for more. And if that doesn't work, you write him that ticket and drag him to court in 2 weeks. But there was something about her that did rustle my jimmies. We got back in the car, and then we got a call that would change everything.
Enough chitty chatty.
All right. We're not gonna watch, like I said, the whole 20 minutes of this. 26 minutes of it. So if you want to go watch it, go pull it up. It's a hilarious video the whole time. There are going to be so many games like this nowadays, which is, it's just way too funny. They're coming soon. They're coming very, 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 very soon. We will have to see what the future brings. I was really hoping Starfield would actually include this technology. I was like, I really hope that maybe the future Bethesda games have them, because I think like a full-on Bethesda RPG with the ability to chat with NPCs would be nothing but greatness. But I also, I know they've been working on it for a long time, and this technology is relatively new, and it's so we'll have to see. Maybe Elder Scrolls 6. Exactly, Ben. Exactly. It would be 10 out of 10. They'll be fun. They'll be funny times. It's already great. Have you guys seen in Lethal Company the Skinwalkers? The Skinwalkers are a really interesting concept because it records what you guys say and then spawns a character that looks like your friend and actually repeats back what people say throughout the game. So sometimes you're like, is that friendly? Is that a person or whatever? And it's talking away, but it's actually just repeating what your friend said a while ago. So anyway, it's great. It's absolutely hilarious. You haven't watched them yet, but you watched them, but you haven't actually played them. Yeah, we've been messing around with it a little bit. We've seen a few. We played a few rounds where they were running after us. It's so funny. Hey, Alex. The jump catch get nice. I think this is hilarious, guys. The avatars like culprit, throw him up in the air, throw Ben up, throw Alex up, throw me up. Oh, let's battle royale it. Might as well. We'll get you guys some points so you can unlock some new cosmetics here. Battle royale. So you guys can unlock some new gizmos and gadgets and everything like that. Let's go through. Why does everybody hate? Is this gameplay or is this
like you want
actually talking?
Maybe the best thing about PvE being canceled.
I kind of want to watch this, but I'm not gonna like react to it. We'll take a look at it at a similar time. All right, let's switch to my Sulack account and take a peek and see what is on the YouTubes. Games don't need to be complex. Let's take a look at this by Wooly. Wooly's usually a very smart guy. Got some good videos.
Depth versus...
So yeah, games don't need to be complex by Wooly Gaming. Over on Twitch, if you guys don't know him, go follow him, definitely. He does some excellent Risk of Rain videos, but also does other, like, just excellent stuff, so.
Complexity. What's the difference and why does it matter? Well, I would define depth as the amount of content that a game has, where complexity would be the way in which that content is explained to the player. In other words, how much stuff is there to do and how accessible is that stuff. Now, there are obviously some caveats here, such as when I say content, I actually mean good content, because if we literally just defined it as how much stuff is there to do in the game, then every single Ubisoft release for the past 10 years would be Game of the Year contenders. They got a lot of outposts to clear. So depth is content, actual content, and complexity is simply the manner in which that content is relayed to the player. I believe that the former should be as high as possible, while the latter as low or just downright absent, because you do want stuff to do in your games, right? I mean, why else are you playing them? Obviously. Wait, I'm sorry, what? You don't want that? What do you want? What kind of games are you even playing? Oh.
Assuming you actually enjoy playing games, then you probably do not want to experience the game's content from either A, all at once.
We're playing basketball down below. Press ! Join space. The color that you want to do could be red or blue. You guys can play some basketball against each other. Try it out.
in a massive text menu or pop-up barrage, or B, from a source that's not even in the game. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love wikis and diving deep into things, but as with everything in life, there is a time and a place for it. Think of it like this. If the only response that you have for someone who asks, where do I go next? Or what do I do now? Is, check the wiki or check the guide,
then you've got a problem.
There is no reason to obfuscate information from the player, ever. What do I mean by this?
Well, have you played one of these games? Now that's some complexity right there for you. Are these bad games? No. Quite the opposite, actually. Just good freaking luck trying to get someone to stick around with one of these games for more than an hour or two without pushing them towards some kind of guide or answering every single question they have outright. Why? Because while these games have an insane amount of content, the way in which that content is presented to the player is pretty, how should I say, let me think about, piss poor.
Well, Wooly, I don't want a game where I'm constantly being handheld and I get my progressions spoon-fed to me like I'm a little.
There are excellent games that are complex, and some games can actually build their depth from complexity. The problem is, and I think this is what Wooly's going to be referring to throughout the entire video, are games that simply add complexity for the sake of adding content. You don't want to be creating a world, or you don't want to be creating a universe that there are like infinite things to do, because the amount of like complex things that you have when they all interact with each other become relatively arbitrary. Like the amount, it's hard to explain why it would be fun, but that's what matters here. Just because you have lots of stuff doesn't make it fun. But the games that he's really pointing out, they are very, very complex, but they have a lot of depth to the complexity too. That's why people like them. But it also means really complex games have really steep learning curves at the start. Yeah.
Little baby game, and whoa. I agree.
That's the funny part. I fully agree with you. This game right here, yeah, that's one of my favorite games of all time. I have thousands of hours. But just because I stuck through the absolutely gargantuan learning curve that PoE has does not mean that it needs to be gargantuan. I'm a firm believer that if PoE just shuffled some things around, tidied up a bit, and cleaned up the gosh darn gym text, like what in the actual heck is a new player supposed to do with this, then it would be a much better game. Take Tarkov. At the very least,
for those playing basketball, you set the angle first, and then you set the power of the shot. So it's angle, which would be like 90 degrees, and then you add power to that shot.
To just display the bullet stats somewhere in the actual game. New players,
and it's in such a weird spot. I think you have to like bounce it around or something.
Should not have to wonder why Ultra Giga Chad Rat Eater 9000 just tanked their entire mag of 762 US and then turn around and one-tap them in the thorax with Lapua AP. For EVE Online, I'll be honest, I don't play EVE. I just know that you're supposed to be some space dude that flies ships, day trades, specializes in geopolitical warfare, and perpetually has 100 browser tabs open or something like that. And Dwarf Fortress, well, it's really simple. Do you like this one or that one?
Now, think about your favorite game. Does it need a casual player litmus test? Does it need design decisions that basically guarantee that all but the most hardcore of players are immediately intimidated? No, it does not need that. Because by making the game less complex, you then get access to every other player type out there while still keeping those hardcore players around. If the depth is there, the hardcore players who crave content are gonna stick around. You're not gonna turn them away from lack of complexity. It's the depth they care about.
Also, who's to say that casual players can't turn into hardcore ones? What if X game is exactly their cup of tea and they just don't know it yet? But when they do decide to finally take the plunge, they see this and then go, yeah, no, I'm good. I gotta go to bed in an hour. I'm gonna go play a game of Apex instead. Peace.
Sometimes all a gamer needs is a little push in the right direction, a little nudge. And every game should provide those nudges as much as possible by streamlining the information presented. And this streamlining needs to come in the design process. Take a game like League of Legends. Why do you think that League of Legends became the most popular game in the world? Could it have had some...
You want me to move the hoop? I can move the hoop, I think. Can I? No, I don't think I can. You guys got to bounce it off of a wall, though. You got to do like an angled little bounce. You got to get it off the corner here somehow. To the side. Oh. There we go. We're getting close. I can't move it, though. I can't move the point. I don't have any of that power here. Fortunately.
Something to do with the gameplay loop being both incredibly in-depth and accessible. Spoilers. That's exactly what it was.
Simple or self-explanatory moment-to-moment gameplay mechanics packaged with clear visual and auditory feedback on top of an extremely
if you think of the best games, and I want to point the best games being sports, if you really think about like what the best sport is, usually it's starting from something really simple, which is kick the ball from A to B, kick it through a setup. Oh, it's a tie game. That was a hard. That was a hard. On the way out my window. But they have a really like simple into like anybody can take a soccer ball and kick it through a net. We'll start at the other basketball thing, guys. Hold on. I said basketball. You guys can try again. And that's what allows people to get into a game really easily, because once you start doing it over and over and over again, you have a lot of depth of the gameplay, because how you take that ball, or how you, even when we're playing basketball in like the game thing here, let's say you're playing basketball and you want to shoot it into a hoop, the act of shooting is relatively simple and the average person can pick it up and go. But what happens is games, they add like artificial complexity, but when you step into it, the ball is like always changing sizes, and the net's at different angles, and there's different buffs to the way that you throw the ball, and there's all this extra complexity involved with the game that the player, whenever they throw the ball, they don't have any baseline like understanding of what they're doing, and they can get lost really easily. So games need to come in with a fundamental baseline as to what they should be first, like what the core gameplay is, and then expand from that slowly as the player needs more and more content.
Obvious objective. I have a character. I move character down one of 3 very clear paths to choose. I find enemies. I click enemies. I fight enemies. I see buttons. I click buttons. Buttons fight enemies better. I click more buttons. I kill enemies. I see money. I try to spend money. I cannot spend money. I want to spend money. I get distracted by my need to spend money, and I walk into a big laser guy.
I think Culprit rage quit the basketball game.
I die. I try to spend money again. I buy item. I happy. Character respawns. That's it. That's League of Legends.
When I met my wife in college, the only games she had previously played were Nintendogs, Animal Crossing, and The Sims. I showed her League of Legends at the start of the 2016 season, and I kid you not, by the end of it, she had over 4,000 games played. I was so proud. I also showed League of Legends to the RA that I was sharing a suite with, who was named Ash. Shout out Ash, you're a real one. He was studying biomechanical engineering and physics, double majoring. He was a pretty busy guy.
Ash had literally never played video games before. At least that's how I remember it. Maybe it was like Minesweeper and that one pinball game that comes with Windows XP. Regardless, I too showed him some good old League of Legends, and let's just say that he almost went home without a degree.
And I'm not joking. Every single morning, I would wake up to go work out. Every single morning, I would see the light on under his door for the entire semester. And it's not because he was an early riser.
The reason for these newfound addicts is because League is the quintessential example of easy to learn but hard to master. Once you play literally a single match, you have a rough boilerplate idea for every other match you'll ever play of League of Legends. But as soon as you queue up again and hop into your second match, all of a sudden, who the heck is this purple floaty dude with a laser sword on his arm? And what the heck is this big crocodile dude just teleporting straight into my face from I don't even know where? And who is this big ghost centaur that keeps coming out the bushes to smack my booty? Huh? What's a ward? And game after game after game after game, you'll continually learn intricacy after intricacy about not only your character, but all of the others that you're playing against, what their abilities are doing, how long the cooldowns roughly are, where to position for maximum pressure on them.
If you're slowly introduced to concepts one little piece at a time, then you become accustomed to, where's the net? The heck is the net on this? But you become accustomed, you slowly become accustomed to the game, and it introduces you to the complexity of one little piece at a time. That's why actually Overwatch is really good at this kind of gameplay too, where you only have one character and you only have like 2 or 3 abilities that you can use, but you're introduced with all this extra complexity that now you can slowly learn as you get into the game.
on and on and on. Not to mention that the better you get, the less micro skill comes into play and the more macro movements and overall map knowledge begin to matter. When do I leave my ADC as a support and go ward near mid? If the enemy mid is overextended when I'm going up there, do I try to gank him? Or is the enemy jungler expecting me and waiting for a counter gank? What about when I'm jungling? Do I go help my top laner who just got first blooded and is currently overextended yet again without any wards? Or do I simply write him off as a losing lane and go help other ones instead? That's always the right call, by the way. My point is that the best games are both easy to learn and hard to master. High depth, low complexity. And there's really no reason why your favorite game cannot be both. Hardcore players are the lifeblood of a game, and the only thing that keeps them around is depth, right? This depth can be things like a visible skill ceiling in a PvP game, or just the sheer amount of mechanics in a PvE one. If there's nothing to master, the hardcore players are gone, and that's never going to change. Thankfully, all that a hardcore gamer needs to play your game is for, well, the game to just exist. They already know what types of games they like the most, so they'll be actively searching for them, and once they find yours, it better have some juicy content to back up. Casual players, on the other hand, or rather anyone who is not what I...
But even then, really dedicated players don't care too much about content. What they care about is depth, which adds to their own personal enjoyment and their own personal kind of content. You can replay the same thing over and over and over again, as long as the gamer feels like they're progressing. Like, it doesn't need to be anything brand new. It just needs to be something that's really good and that you can continuously come back to and be rewarded for every single time you come back to it.
Just described will then find said game naturally due to all the attention that the hardcore boys are giving it, and here's where the complexity comes in. If the game cannot draw in the majority of those prospective casual players, the game's too complex.
Remember, at the end of the day, it's not about the content itself, it's about how the content is presented. There is no excuse for failing to present things in a clear and concise manner, period.
Hey,
like this, or this, or that. Ultimately, all of those are design choices that detract from the game's overall appeal. Anyway, that's all I've got. If you guys like the new style of content, let me know. Thanks for watching. Peace out, boys. I'll catch you in the next video.
Okay, he's doing short clip content.
I want to record my cat before she gets away.
I agree. Not the world's biggest video. I don't think it's going to get the 100 million views that Mr. Beast gets, but good content, Willie. Very good content. All right, let's take up What? If anybody has anything from their YouTube subscriptions that they want me to watch that they can throw up or anything, we'll be taking a look at Twitter actually in just a second. See what crazy crap is on there, which always scares me a little bit going through it, but that's totally fine. We'll go see what the world is, and then maybe we'll peek at Reddit or other stuff too. We're going to dig through all sorts of stuff today on the internet. Anyways, what other new thingamajiggies do we have? We got a clip from Culprit. Let's take a look. It's a World of Warcraft clip. Pirate Software's new shorts. We could definitely go take a look at Pirate Software's new shorts. I've been peeking at them as they come out. But Culprit shorts. Take a look. He already gets...
That is definitely a thing. That is a thing that did not need to be a thing.
That didn't need to be a thing.
But it is still a thing.
That is, he was...
Wow. Okay. Oh, wait.
He was not prepped for that. I was not prepped for that. And
that is definitely a thing. That is a thing.
Not even close. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine. Should never be a thing. Just hanging out. That's the worst part. Like... Some of the interactions, the worst time is when like you're not expecting an interaction at all, and then someone just pops you with something that you were not looking at or expecting or thinking about or completely, and then it totally takes you off guard. You know exactly what happened, but the brain is just like, it's just so jostled by whatever happened. It's hilarious. We got Eagles per gun, Pirate Software. Take a look.
What do you mean that's 4 stone?
That's 4.
Oh wait, you were saying stone. I thought like Minecraft stone. You meant stone like weight. Yeah, I don't know anything about stone, dude. We measure things in pounds and eagles per gun. Like I don't know what a stone is.
Cute. What has he got in his shorts here?
If you're having trouble making things when you get home from work, because you feel demotivated, get home, take a nap, and then go make things. This barrier allows you to separate work and your passion projects in your brain, and then you have no problems making stuff. Just take a nap. Take a 1-hour nap. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's it. If you're
Yeah, same with school, same with anything else. That makes sense.
You're always going to have people that talk shit. You're always going to have people that are like, but that shit doesn't matter because it's one step on your adventure. There's a whole adventure ahead of you. There's a whole story ahead of you. It doesn't matter. So don't worry about what other people say with that. Worry about how you feel about your own game. And when you realize, oh, I could do this better, just go do it better. And if you can't do it, go do it better next time. There's always another game. You can always go make new stuff.
Yeah,
You're always going to have people that talk shit.
It's crazy. I've noticed this. Even just doing tiny, like if I'm a tiny creator on the internet, a tiny, like minuscule part, the amount of hate, the amount of pressure. Culprit knows this too in chat there. He's a little larger than me in terms of his Twitch stream, and the amount of times when you're like, you gotta look at chat or you look at the comments and you're like. Just give him the sour face. Just, Culprit said this guy paid. One sec. I swear this guy paid someone or did something to show up. He showed up out of nowhere one day. He never. Oh, he's AI. Oh, you're talking about Pirate Software. Pirate Software. You'd think he was AI. Yes. He's one of those guys that just like hit the algorithm. They talk a lot about it. There's some videos that he has. But he absolutely blew up like crazy. As a streamer, as a lot of stuff. He actually, if you take a look here, just really interesting. He's got a channel called Ferret Software. You know, he's around for like years. Yeah, and I know you're kind of joking about AI, but he's got a full channel here for ferrets. Just for his ferret stream, which I think is absolutely adorable. It is, look, 700 viewers on a ferret stream where they're all just like sitting in cages. Super cute. Super cute.
Short sleeper syndrome is a sleep condition characterized by sleeping for fewer than 6 hours each night. I sleep 5 hours. Most adults need 7 or more hours of sleep each night to feel rested in the morning. Those with short sleeper syndrome, however, can function normally throughout the day despite less sleep. That's me. That's what I have. They don't need to take naps or sleep more than normal to recover from lack of sleep. These individuals are different from those short sleepers who
jumped on the bandwagon because the dude is charismatic and has a lot of good info. His streams are one of the streams that I'm kind of trying to emulate, right? Where I've taken a lot of what he's done and what he's putting together and trying to construct my version of that. He's doing it for game development. I'd love to do it for like internet news and servers and stuff, like I don't know, whatever we have on our corner of the internet, the same kind of thing, right? I think that it's such a good formula. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's great. I think what he's done is very, very smart. There's a few other streamers too that I'm taking a lot of notes from, but they have they apparently gone all out. Like they have a whole team and everything like that that specifically focuses on how content creation works. And I believe, and he said this.
Short sleeper
they
syndrome
found
is a sleep.
A few months ago, a glitch in YouTube's system where it wasn't showing videos to new people, and I believe that chunk, that time is, if I go to the last year, this section right here. This, when we were absolutely dead. I don't know the exact dates and the exact times, but I was doing the exact same release stuff. Nothing changed. And everything just died for a little bit. So I remember around here, I was watching videos about how he fixed it, or how they got YouTube to fix it, and then boom, exploded. Not exploded, but significant Significant increase in viewership. That's how I'd put it. And significant increase in being shown to the rest of the world, so. The savior we needed. Like, are these... I don't know if I've seen any of these.
Shorts. All right, next.
David Stull with $2 said centaurs have 2 rib cages.
Yeah, they do.
I find that a lot of times freelancers get kind of punished, and the reason they get punished is this. If you are ever working on an hourly income, this doesn't make sense. Why does an hourly income not make sense? Because it punishes people that are fast. That's it. If you're a freelancer, don't charge by the hour. Charge by the project. That is how that goes. Because if you charge by the hour, you get punished for doing well. You're incentivized to lie about your time, and then also, you are punished by doing things quickly and efficiently. It's not good. None of that is good. I find that
every job that I've had where I'm working hourly feels like that, where I'm being punished for being efficient. It's like, oh, you finished a job quickly? Well, here's another job. Here's another job. Here's another job. So
I'm just going to show you this. Do you see this right here where it says $94,605.75? That was the bill. That was the bill, chat. But then guess what happened? My insurance only paid $17,982. I was like, oh God, there's $76,000 left over. I'm going to die, right? No, here's the way that it works in America. $94,000 is the actual bill. The insurance says, nah, we're only going to pay 18 grand of this. And then the rest of this, the hospital marks off on their taxes as a loss. And nobody pays it. My bill was $130. Welcome to insurance in America. In that way, the hospital doesn't pay taxes because it's a tax write-off. Amazing. U.S. healthcare.
Very, very weird. Very, very weird. All right. I think that's we'll call that for Pirate Software here. They do not. They send the bill to the user now. He is wrong on that. Culprit knows. All right. Yeah. Well, I don't know enough about it. It could be that he's got some, or whatever he was involved with had some weird little workaround. Right? Like it could have, or he's just completely wrong, or he's got some really good lawyer. That's all. He's got some really good accountant or lawyer or something like that 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 some people have access to. Light beside me is a little bright. Let's bring that down. Bring that down a little bit. Okay. Let's go take a look at the Twitter world. What's going on over on Twitter? Yeah, what is happening? That's exactly it. Eco, in celebration of the late let's try this again. Nah, you don't pay it for a year, then it goes to collections, destroys your credit, then after 7 years, it falls off your debt. Yes, I've heard that. That's what I thought happened. Is if you didn't pay it, but yeah. Well, you have your house, so credit. Joking. Eco, in celebration of the late shift server launch, we are holding a new Twitch drop event. Drops will go live at 30/12/23, 1 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. CET. Late shift channels. What is late shift? Let's take a look. Hell yeah, amazing collab. Let's take a look and see what these guys are doing. Leadus Blueford. Looks like he does World of Warcraft stuff. Some eco content 2 years ago, but are we seeing anything? Nothing eco recently. Cream. Hey, Alex got the star, nice. Cream, let's take a look. Has no eco content recently. Maybe they've just like paid some influencers. Bergbeck and Gassy Mexican. He plays. Wait, nobody's online right now though. Or you're just watching his videos. Yeah. Hearts of Iron. Huh, okay. I guess they might be doing a big eco stream. at the times. Interesting. Okay. Hats and I don't know what that is. Might be a hat, I guess. Something along those lines. On the 30th? Yeah, I know, but I just thought that maybe they would have streamed Eco before. One of them has. But I guess they're just doing it as a big marketing event where they get a whole bunch of streamers that haven't played Eco before to come in and stream. Very cute though. Overwatch Anonymous. Why are movement abilities disabled in Mauga's ult? I think it'd be much more fun for both the enemy and for Mauga to have them be enabled, but still having them unable to leave. Act like a wall. Maybe increase the duration to... Maybe. Okay. Can I please... Get rid of these clickbait bullshit. They're getting worse recently on Twitter. I don't know how I feel about it. Different color wolf armor for Minecraft would be absolutely nice. I would love that. Historic vids. The whatever podcast, those freaking drama stuff. We are going to... Not interested. Oh, this is gonna be violence. Not gonna do. Well, I don't know if I should be on here right now. This Twitter is getting absolutely wild. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Maybe it's even though I'm like not interesting everything. Ben says they're disabled due to Kiriko being able to escape. No, that's not the way it works though, right? All movement stuff is totally different. Jim Carrey meeting Stephen Hawking. Podcast stuff. Do I have to pay for Twitter Blue? I'm not gonna go through more of that. That's not really not really what I want to do. Let's go head over to Reddit. But like, so Ben, Kiriko, like it kind of gives you mobility, but a teleport isn't mobility. It's not like what they're talking about is like double jump and Doomfist punch and all that kind of stuff, right? You Palestinian? Oh what? All right. Well, I think we've gone through enough stuff today, guys. We're gonna call it here just for the moment. I'm gonna go through, of course, the end of the day, all the videos that we did today. Go upload them to the Sulack Streams YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out the Sulack Streams YouTube channel, we only have 22 subs right now, but I will be I'll be posting a lot more to it, so definitely check it out. I think I have to go to this side now. Changed it. My channel. So check it out. All the streams, all the content is there. We're gonna go raid out to somebody. Let's go raid out to Cardinal. Let's go raid out to Cardinal Zin. Raid to the KARDINALZYN. Go say hi, everybody. We will see you all later. Have an excellent one. GG's, gamers.